Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to some more Warhammer 2 Total War. Today we are back with another custom map battle. This time we have the Lizardmen defending an amazing looking fortress up against the Empire as they are approaching, looking to sack this fortress and claim all the Lizardmen riches for their own. Should be a really exciting battle. This is a 3 vs 3. We have close to over 7,000 soldiers ready to fight, and it should be really exciting. All the mods that we used in this battle, you can find them in the link in the description, so that should be absolutely fine. If you're looking to kind of recreate any of the battles you see on my channel, they'll always be in the link in the description. And yeah, so let's go ahead and run through the map itself first, so you guys can kind of understand what we will be running forward into in a little bit, and we'll let the battle kind of play on slow-mo in the background whilst everyone gets closer and moves their way up. So as we look in the fortress, we can see that the Lizardmen have kind of some nice courtyards which they're filling with these cold ones and also the Croxagors. Plenty of these albino Saurus spears as well, which look really cool. So yeah, we have these two huge courtyards in the center of the fortress. Then we make our way up through a pretty deadly choke point up into another platform, and I think it's exactly the same over on this left-hand side. The Lizardmen also have a really nice artillery position here, which hopefully they'll be using to take out some of these towers. And then you kind of go over this really cool looking bridge, as you do have the lake running through it as well on either side. And then on the left side you have a much easier approach, I think, because it's kind of a lot, only like 2 choke points to arrive to this capture point. Then for the final capture point, you have to go all the way around here, all the way around the left flank, and then up this final choke point to capture it. So it's a pretty defensible city. There's lots of streets which the Lizardmen can hold, and it's going to be up to the Empire just to overwhelm the forces. Unit-wise, we are using a few kind of cool unit mods which add in some additional units, mostly just the Knightly Order units though, which you guys will see on the battlefield. Knights of the Golden Lion. These guys are looking amazing. Look at them. Really nice additions. And then we also have some more back here as well, which I'm sure you guys will be seeing. Dismounted Knights Panther right here. I think this battle is all about the knightly orders in this engagement, so hopefully we'll be seeing plenty more of them. We just have some normal handgunners over here. Anything else? Oh yeah, here we go. Some Knights of the Black Rose. Wow, these guys look amazing. Really nicely done here. So cool, let's go ahead and just get this battle started. We'll see the rest of the units as we kick off this battle fully. When we're actually in the engagements and stuff, I'll make sure to pick out what units people are bringing. We also actually have Volkmar just going to smash down this gate immediately. Shout out to him for being so ballsy. He's going to go and take out this gate all by himself. We also have these cool looking archers as well, the long sharks. Shanks, sorry, not sharks. The shark sounds cooler though, but the long sharks, these are kind of cool. I like their shields on the back. And I think they're shooting like poison arrows, which is kind of awesome. We're about to get hit by a flock of doom though, which is going to hurt them, obviously do some damage amongst all 3 units, which is kind of nice. We do have some ladders being pushed up onto the wall though. The Knights of the Golden Lion are going to be mounting up these ladders first and meeting into the front lines. What's ready to stop them? Only some of these skink skirmishers, so I imagine the infantry for the Empire will be able to cut through these guys without too much of an issue. What else do we have? Any heavy infantry along here? We have a unit of Temple Guard, which has currently been hit by blinding light. But besides that, nothing too much. Over on this right side, we do have the Knights of the Blazing Sun. They're going to be pushing up the ladder, and they're going to be meeting that Temple Guard in combat as they now are approaching through the ladders. And it's going to be interesting to see how well they do, because obviously the Lizardmen have a pretty tempered defense. A really nice chain lightning going off here, as it does look like this Empire force is just running in, looking to get as many shots off. We do also have that net going down, preventing these guys from moving. And a really nice shot there from the Bastiladon. The gate's opening and closing. The artillery is now opening up on this left side. How are we doing around the rest of the wall as the siege towers have now got their way to the wall? We have the Knights Panther dismounted going up against the Temple Guard. I love their capes. It looks so cool. Continuing to go down the battle line, we have some more of the Knights Panther dismounted, fighting against more of the Temple Guard. Is that pretty much all that the Middelheim have brought? I think it has. They do also have some Knights Errant though. These guys looking pretty cool. I love their two-handed swords. Or 2 one-handed swords, I should say. And that wasn't Knights Errant, sorry. Apologies, they were called something else. I also really dig these Knights Panther with great weapons. They look awesome. I love the way their great sword is. It's really cool. How are they doing on this right side? We have some of the Knights of the Rose. Sounds like something which is going to be from The Witcher or something. They're pushing on. It does look like the Empire are having a somewhat easy job at overwhelming these defenses. It doesn't really look like they're running into too much trouble. If I'm honest, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, especially now we have these gunners up here as well. They're going to be able to route back this unit of Temple Guard right here and just completely take these walls without too much of a fight. Like, I was really expecting a bit more of the struggle here to take the front walls, but I guess not. We also have all the cavalry pushing forward. The cannons have taken down this bit of wall, and we're going to have the cavalry come flying in here, just sending so many of these skink skirmishers flying. Yeah, these actual mounted Knights of the Rose are going to be good. However, they do have a Carnosaur coming behind them, and that's going to be deadly. Thankfully, not sending too many of them flying, thankfully, because they are such a heavy unit. However, this Carnosaur is going to be doing a lot of HP damage, and I'm not sure if these guys are anti-large. No, they're just anti-infantry. So their main job here is, I think, is just to try and chase down and kill all of these skink skirmishers, which are just sitting ducks for them. And if they can, they need to try and get some of this infantry over here. Where was it? Yeah, it was these guys, the halberd version. They need to get these guys down here ASAP if they can to try and deal with that Carnosaur, because I imagine that thing will be able to do a lot of damage to the front lines. So much archer fire coming up here, trying to help take down all these Croxagors. We do have some infantry actually making their way forward, though, as the gate does go back and forth. And I love the look of these knights right here. These guys look so unique. They're like high elves, but for the Empire. That's like a really, really nice way of doing it, because I guess now they have the animation with the spear, how the high elves do. And this is just a really nice mix of units. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the helmets, if I'm honest, but I really like the way the modders have kind of messed around with it a little bit to try and create something unique. There is also these archers trying to get up here now, which is a perfect position to overlook and hammer all the oncoming forces. However, there is a unit of skinks right here who just need to turn around and hit them in the back. I'm definitely enjoying this battle so far, though. It's really, really hectic, and I love how knightly all the Empire units look. The Lizardmen are putting up a good fight, though, and you've got to remember as well, the Lizardmen have a lot of units back here waiting for their chance to be, pushed up. They have a lot of these Saurus spears of shields holding choke points. So even if the Empire do break forward through that first line, there's still plenty of units back here to stop them. They also have quite a few units that they can pull back if they need to. Does look like this unit of the Black Rose has now been pinned down by some Horn 1 cavalry. The skink skirmishers are going to be having a field day hitting them, and they are going to rout, just about going to survive this as they do try and run away, which is smart. Try and be as much of a nuisance as possible, because if they can actually make their way around the back of this battlefield and get right into the back of these Temple Guard. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Oh god, this is going to be dangerous if they can make their way down here. Some of the knights are running forward. No, they've been caught by the Horn ones again. That's really smart play there by the Temple Guard and the Lizardmen forces to stop these guys from breaking forward. We can just see the Horn ones. And the Horn ones are such a heavy cavalry unit. They really are. Especially with that Carnosaur in support. You can see, look how cool that looks in the background on the left flank. See these guys just going up, falling back a little bit. I think the sound of the retreat is going to be kicking off soon, because I just can't imagine that the Lizardmen can hold this outer rim for much longer, especially with the oncoming infantry pouring in. A lot of magic as well hitting them. We do have Mazda Mundi putting down this Vortex Shield, and we also have a Comet of Cassandra hitting there for the Empire. The Knights Panther just look like they're just outmatching all of these guys. And it looks really cool, though, on the breach. I love the look of that. Having the breach in the background. And it's not something you really see too much in Warhammer 2, which is such a shame. Because I think the breaches do look really, really cool. Especially as more men come flying forward to resupply that. It just looks really nice. And it's a shame, as I said, you don't get to see more stuff like that. There's a lot of cavalry right back here waiting for their time. Lots of demigryphs. Let's look what these demigryphs are, actually. These are the Toulouse Fury, the Taos Fury, looking really nice. Love their armor. They kind of have almost like a wood elf-esque thing. It does look like this Carnosaur is going to be broken down. And more of the defenses are being overwhelmed. You can see all of the forces for the Empire have now made their way almost off the wall. There's a couple units of Sauruses kind of, you know, scattered around the battlefield on this wall still. You know, these Temple Guard aren't going to give up lightly in this defense, which I would expect nothing less from the Temple Guard. But it's not like the Empire are going to give up lightly either. The golden armor looks really nice. And it's just getting covered in Saurus blood, though. It really is. There's also a few skinks back here, which could maybe be brought back. You know, like, second unit skinks over here, just to hammer these guys in the side would be a great idea. Going back to this left-hand side gate, we do still have Volkmar, the Grim, leading the assault. It's good to see he is up here, and it's going to be really useful to have him up here, because he's going to be popping up all of these buffs. At the moment, he's got Blinding Light, which is currently reducing the melee defense and parry chance with the shields. Not the other is actually, yeah, the unit of Albino Saurus warriors is going to be getting affected by that parry chance, so it's kind of good bringing them up. Some of these towers, though, are still active, which is definitely going to be hurting the, you know, the back ranks right here. Granted, there are still a couple units, you know, left to be pushed up. We have some normal handgunners, which are going to be vital in taking out the larger units. But we also have, oh wow, these guys look amazing. Again, I really dislike their helmets, but they look really, really good. So the color of their armor, and as I say, that they have been kicked into battle. I also love the capes on these guys as well. That is awesome. So going back over to the main wall, we can really start to see that the Temple Guard are being destroyed now. There's a couple left as the gunners just finish them off, shooting up from the wall, which the Temple Guard once held. And this could be doing some good friendly fire onto the own Empire units, which might not be the smartest move, especially now they've routed as well. But it does look like this left wall has been lost. The gunners are up on top of the wall now as well, going to be using their rifles as best as they can, and they're going to send Krokgar back. He takes a couple more shots and he's going to be retreating back to the inner layer. It does look like they're going to be giving up this first kind of defense right here. Sorry about that, for some reason it just kind of like froze for a second. Oh well, we went ahead and skipped that. But yeah, it does look like that the Lizardmen are going to be giving up this outer area in favor of defending the next layer of defense, which does make a lot more sense. Kind of combine your units. Mazda Mundi is going to be retreating up again, popping some regeneration spells, and just allowing these skinks to throw off as many javelins. However, now the demigryphs are in here, it's going to be painful. Oh, it's actually a good plan right here. This is going to allow them to either decide to retreat back or advance forward. And it does look like the Lizardmen are going to be charging forward as Mazda Mundi sends so many of these demigryphs into the abyss with that net of Amintar. The Knights Panther, again, I think these guys are not anti-large. They are armor-piercing, though, which will help them out. But Mazda Mundi is just going to be chilling on his throne, using his mind powers to wreck falls left, right, and center. However, there are a lot of guns up. Luckily, he has popped this really nice shield here. It's going to be absorbing a lot of ammunition. But the guns are going to be such a dangerous thing for the forces of the Lizardmen, and avoiding them as much as they can. They honestly just need to try and get their dinosaurs into combat against the infantry before the guns can really unload on them. And that's exactly what they are doing. I mean, this battle is so bloody right now, as we have the Carnosaurs and the Bastiladons and everything else. The Solar Engine Bastiladon is just hammering the Knights Panther. And again, these guys are more anti-infantry than anything else, so they are going to be struggling in this engagement. Luckily, though, they do have some support with the dismounted Cleansing Flame halberdiers. However, again, just look at the HP, and it does look like the Empire, at least on this left flank, have been bled dry compared to the strength on the right. Like this on this right side, looking from Lizardmen, this looks really healthy. However, on this left side, they are definitely dropping numbers, and maybe that's because the forces. Oh my God! Look at that! Wow, we have the general for the Empire popping down his battle prayers, Volkmar, and then we also have the Hell Cannon coming in as well. That was deadly, but I mean, Volkmar is actually almost dead. He's extremely low. Boris is here though, and he's pretty healthy, and it does look like Volkmar is going to get out of there, which is so useful. Over on this side, we do have the Knights of the Cleansing Flame up against some of the Horned One Cavalry and also Temple Guard. And it's going to be a pretty sturdy fight until more reinforcements turn up for the Empire. I can't imagine seeing much more. We do have some missiles coming off, and it does look like a lot of these missiles did actually whiff. But the Empire are pushing through the city, and this is just such a great map. Doomman has definitely outdone himself with this one, I think, for sure. I love the way that the city just kind of flows really nicely, and it's nothing too complicated, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's just a nice kind of condensed map, you know. It's quite large, causing some good battles, but it's not like stupidly large. Like, you're going to be using everything you see in the battlefield, which I think is really cool, and it's not like really overpowered. It doesn't seem like the defenders have a huge advantage. And just having like 2 paths up here is really nice. It's allowing that the Empire can actually outflank defenses up here, and that's exactly what we're going to see. And that's one of the real big problems. We do have the Knights of the Blazing Sun come flying in into the back of this Temple Guard. Brutal. Is that the Lizardmen, they get enraged really easily. So when you are trying to defend a city and there are multiple entrances, it's really hard for them to actually retreat out of the battlefield. You know, once they've kind of committed their forces and they get enraged, they're stuck in that battle, and it's allowing the Empire just to send their cavalry round the flanks and hitting into the backs of the Lizardmen. The assault here hasn't quite been taken underway. Oh my god, these Knights of the Rose look so bloody. They've definitely killed themselves a few Lizardmen. And at the moment, I think they are simply just waiting for more reinforcements to be pushed in the city, getting their gunners up there. It's a smart idea, using their gunners to, you know, soften up the attackers before pushing in more men. It definitely is great, and it also allows them, you know, ample time to get more men in until they do get ready for their next assault. But this was a really good move here, and I think we're going to see more men going down. We actually do have a skink priest on a ancient stegodon, I think that is. And that's the reason why it is sticking around for so long. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be routing soon. But still fighting on. And I mean, I love these battles sent in to me by my Discord. It is really nice. Because, you know, this is, what, a 33-minute replay, I think, in the end. And you just don't get that too much in Warhammer 2. You know, normally you get, like, you know, battles seem a little bit longer than, say, in the first game. However, compared to, like, you know, older Total Wars, they just don't feel as epic. And, you know, it doesn't feel like as much of a kind of back and forth. Whereas, you know, in these modded battles, you know, my Discord are using a lot of mods in this engagement. It does feel like, you know, that these battles are actually could go either way. And, you know, it's not just decided immediately. And these custom maps definitely do help, you know, kind of prolong the battle, making it more epic instead of just one flat engagement. Oh, what is this guy doing? We've got some more missiles coming out, trying to hit Cole Fran, or just Beltazar. We don't actually see Gelt too much as well, so it's always good to see him. The winds of magic must be being used heavily. Yeah, you can see Gelt actually falling back. I mean, quite a few of the generals are low for the Empire, so maybe they could rout them. I mean, I haven't seen any of the generals go down for the Lizardmen. And I love the way how they've fallen back here. I mean, just look how epic this is. You know, through the bridge, we had that awesome outer fight, which lasted for a good 10-15 minutes. And now they've fallen back to the second layer where the bridges are. It's just really nice. And I love the way Doomman has kind of created extra stages if you wanted to defend. That was just a really nice addition to it. You know, because now we do have this kind of fallback position here. As the skinks are shooting off, the handgunners are going to be making their way through the ranks, though. Make way for the infantry! Or the gunners, I should say. Banter power-wise, it's definitely still in the favour of the Empire. But, I mean, these guys are getting kind of close. I do need to be careful. The gunners are going to be roaming back and forth. Why are they falling back now? They're waiting for more men. Oh, the cannons were originally coming up, but we're going to get a Comet of Cassandora coming down. Doing a good amount of damage. Comet of Cassandora is best spent on a group of units, I think, because it does good damage to multiple units, not just individual ones. Because normally what happens when a unit gets shot at or use magic on, there's like a cap on on multiple units. So because of that, the Comet of Cassandora is a great spell to use on clumped up units because it does damage to all of them, whereas, you know, some spells might just do damage to a few of them. Again, we do have Croc Guard pushing up, just kind of scaring off any of the advancement forces. And we can speed it up a little bit, you know, go on to triple speed while some of the guys are making their way up. A lot of the missiles going back and forth. We also have some of these skink riders as well. But they're going to be getting shot to pieces by the gunners. I mean, the cannons are up here. So this is smart for the Empire players. They're forcing these guys to make a mistake and come at them, you know, run off the forces. And this is exactly what they wanted to have happen. Because now they can move in all of their Demigryph Knights I mean, a lot of these cannons are being destroyed, so it could not be a bad idea just to simply fall back after this engagement. You know, no need to commit if you don't have to, but it does look like the Lizardmen are going to be at least deciding to try and commit a little bit here. However, they have to be really, really careful here, because if these gunners turn around, or if these gunners pull out their guns and start hitting the temple guard in the side, they're going to go down so quickly, and I imagine these guys still have ammunition left as well. No, they're actually out of ammunition. Oh my god, that has saved them so much there, I feel. Because if the gunners could be shooting here, I mean, the gunners are picking out a lot of these guys, and they're fighting a lot of anti-large as well. Now, these halberd units aren't even anti-large. They're armor-piercing, but not anti-large. Good to know. Just the knights there on the demigriffs. Brutal fight going on. And then if we take a look on the other side, the other bridge is now being crossed, which is just amazing. I love the fact that this is, you know, being an assault. We have Boris leading the charge across the epic bridges. That is so awesome. That really, really is. And we also have a bit of a bridge being destroyed as well. That is so cool. The bridge has like been semi-destroyed. It'd be amazing if the entire bridge just collapsed right there. That is really cool. Seeing the bridge actually being destroyed a little bit as we just zoom out of the engagement. That's really cool. I love that a lot. Just like a small detail right there, you know. It doesn't take too much away from the battle. And we do have more units coming in. Boris is going to try his best to harass maybe some of these units back there. We also have, what, a Comet of Cassandora coming down or what? We have some sort of magic. I think this is a Comet of Cassandora coming down. And here we go. Directly on top of the back units here. Sending them flying, disrupting their formation. And that's going to allow the Knights of the Blazing Sun to keep on pushing. Hitting back these Temple Guard. Carnosaur is being pushed back a little bit. Oh, look at this song. I didn't even notice. Look at that. It's just such a nice looking map. D-Man is one of the top map makers out there for sure. You know, he's one of the old guard as well. Been making maps for so long. And just legendary maps as well. Over on this right side, how is the battle doing? So we do have some, is this Cold Blood being popped on these guys, or is it actually like a regrowth? Yeah, Cold Blood has been dropped, which is like a really good opportunity for the forces of the Empire to actually try and take them out. Because even though Cold Blood does give back HP, it reduces their melee attack and melee defense by quite a lot. So it's almost like a perfect time to attack is when they're, you know, it's kind of almost like they're trying to regenerate and they need to be left alone whilst they regenerate. As we do see more cavalry being pushed up, look at that. Knights of the Rose forming up. We also have some more gunners. Do them gunners have any ammunition left? They do. I mean, I feel like the Lizardmen have done a good job here at silencing these guys, silencing the cannons. But they could have also just simply fallen back and not really have suffered too much. Kind of force the enemy to come up into the choke point and then attack. You know, maybe push some soldiers around this right flank, just hide them a little bit. Because the cannons, I don't think, could have got over the depression on the barrel to actually get like high enough to attack. So, well, they could have simply just fallen back to the inner layer. You know, they could have easily have just fallen back past that bridge and then into this one. Another Comet of Cassandora. It's a miracle that this bridge is still standing after all the hits that it's taken. And the Empire forces, look how low they are. I mean, they are fighting. They've got Lions of Roar on them right now. And the Wrath as well, giving them leadership. But I think without that, we're going to see a huge rout here by the Empire. And if they can push on and kind of use this momentum to attack the back ranks, you know, there's a lot of just vulnerable gunners here, which can easily be charged down by the heavier units. So if they can just, you know, finish up and break the infantry, then I would not be surprised if we did see a Lizardmen kind of like victory on this flank easily. Nice little hit here by Mazda Mundi, and it just kind of like looks perfect. Look at that. Looks amazing. And I like the way how it actually does go underneath the terrain as well. It's kind of cool. A nice little addition right there. These gunners are going to be painful. We do have the Carnosaur ripping through all of these Knights Panther. And, oh, Volkmar is actually in as well. Volkmar could easily go down here because he was really unhealthy last time I saw him. I think he had to go in, though, to help raise the morale of his own men. Yeah, look how low. How much HP does he have? He only has 100 HP. He's so close to dying. We do also have Boris. Boris is actually up to full HP right now. Definitely being used smartly there. I mean, there's still 9 minutes left of this battle again, so it could still go either way.
The gods have abandoned us.
And I think we could, you know, there is a possibility we will see the Empire just running out of heavy infantry as we now have this second bridge being fought over as the Temple Guard come flying into these Knights of the Rose.
Keep your heads down now.
And the Demigryphs aren't going to be, you know, that effective against these guys. So if they can kind of save back, I mean, Krokgar is up to full HP. We have a few Bastillodons back here and still plenty of Skinks and some magic as well. You know, a couple good spells here could really shatter this defense. And if they can simply just break this right assault, which definitely they might be able to do. Maybe if Master Mundi gets a few extra magic spells. And I mean, we do have some Skink cohorts, but we also have some Temple Guard here. Also, no, some Sora Spears by the looks of it. I mean, them guns are going to hurt, though. The constant gun firing into the side of these guys. I mean, Master Mundi is trying his best with this cool little shield. But it is hard. It is going to be hard. I mean, how much ammunition do the gunners have left, though? A lot. They have a lot of ammunition left. But again, there's some good cavalry left. There's definitely a chance for the Lizardmen. They also have just one unit of skin cohorts. These guys have been ordered by Master Mundi to hold this choke point, no matter what comes through, no matter what screams they hear. They are the fountain guard of the Lizardmen fortress. It does look like the Lizardmen are going to be committing everything they have to this engagement on the bridge, looking to do an all or nothing, throwing in Krokgar just to break his way up through these units. Are these knights anti-large? No. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, obviously these demigryphs are anti-large, but everything else is very much anti-infantry, which I think gives the Lizardmen a chance in this battle. And a lot of these demigryphs are extremely low. You know, this one is still healthy, 24 of them left. But all the guns on this left side are broken. We've got the Skinks throwing their javelins. I mean, this general is just being sat here. Balthazar is just getting javelins chucked at him. Is he going to go down? For a second, I thought he died then. God, he needs to be moved out because a mass rout could definitely occur.
The gods have abandoned us.
Especially if he's about to rout as well. Javelins just take him down. A couple more hits and I think we might see a huge rout on this left flank. He's finally being retreated out of there, but is he going to survive? Oh, he's oh my god, so lucky right now. All of these generals have been so lucky on the battlefield to survive, apart from Boris. Boris is like just being tanky and doing what he does best. But I mean, look at Volkmar. Look at Volkmar's battle altar. It is drenched from head to toe. Is he dead? Is Volkmar dead? Oh, Volkmar must have been sniped by something because he is no longer here. Wow, yeah, the battle altar has been destroyed. So that's going to be hurting the morale of a lot of these units. But by the looks of it, they just don't need it. A lot of the cavalry are moving up. I love the capes. The capes. I'm always one for a good cape. And these ones look amazing. This cav, what is it? I don't think we've actually seen this cavalry. Knights of the Inner Circle. I mean, I think that's one was a one around in the first Warhammer. But they look great. They're kind of like a mix of most of the orders, by the looks of it. And they should be able to kill a lot of these guys. We also have the Sigmar dudes as well, running up on their wolf pelt capes. Huge hammers in hand. And did we just see a mass retreat called? Fall back to the inner city! It looks like that is the case. Unless, where is Master Mundi? Master Mundi's come down here, so they've kind of gone for a big all or nothing play here. Which is actually really, really smart. Because if they can rout one side of the fortress, they might be able to rout everything. So I definitely like this play out of them, you know, in the hopes of winning. You know, just have all their generals here, have all their men here, and just hope for the best. But I mean, this has been such a crazy battle. Especially with just like there's just a dead Stegodon there as well. All the javelin fire going out, trying to do as much damage. We have the cannons being operational again. That is huge. The fact that they've managed to get back on the cannons. Where the hell am I? All the way over here. The fact that I swear I clicked like right here. The fact that they've managed to get back on the cannons, I think is just so huge. Just going to be able to snipe a lot of the men. Oh, these guys look so cool with great weapons. The cannons can keep shooting out. And I think it's going to force these guys to even fall back some more. But it's going to be hard for them because we do have, what, Boris turning up here on his mount. He's actually full HP. And the mage as well. And we also have some reinforcements from the second bridge now making its way. We have one brave unit of Knights of the Inner Circle have turned up. And there's just not really a lot left for the Lizardmen in the way of defense. Like, they're going to be hard-pressed to stop this charge just with skink cohorts. You can see that these Knights are just running through them. Kind of doing it somewhat easily as well. They're going to be cutting them down. I mean, ideally now what needs to happen is all the generals need to pile in and try and kill this unit whilst it is segregated. You know, Mazdamundi is a pretty good unit in combat. It does look like Kroq-Gar has been told to guard this, and they are breaking them. That's the thing. There's like not a lot of HP left on these guys. I just don't think that they can hold off for that much longer. Especially now that there's more gunners shooting as well. These gunners should have a clean shot on Kroq-Gar. More cavalry being pushed in to help just fill out the numbers. Yeah, these gunners should be shooting constantly. And the cannons as well. The fact that there's cannon fire coming in. I mean, Kroq-Gar is going to go down fighting like a champ. How many kills? He only has 84 kills. That is quite a lot. More cavalry being pushed in here. Mazdamundi has been pushed in like I said he should be. 163 on him. I think this is the smartest move. Try and kill these units whilst it is segregated from the rest of the boys. But more Knights are now turning up. Some of the Knights of the White Wolf are coming to aid their Inner Circle brothers. Charging in, hitting from every single flank. I think this is going to be all she wrote for the Lizardmen. Did that unit of skink... Oh yeah, the unit of skink cohorts have been moved. I imagine that was the unit we saw fighting. And yeah, the Empire are just pouring through the city now. Generals moving on. We also have more Knights Panther. Looking so cool. They're all pouring into the city now. I think it has been lost. But this was a great, great battle. You know, even though we did see the Empire just kind of almost overwhelm the initial defense, his final defense was really, really fun to watch. And it was just a great, well put together map, as always. Kroq-Gar, we're going to obviously make sure we watch Kroq-Gar fight to the end as he is being surrounded by the knightly orders of the Empire. Oh my god, my FPS just does not like whatever that black smoke is. Don't know what it is, but my computer just almost died a little inside. Yeah, Kroq-Gar's fighting the Demigryphs as well. He's not routing though. He's got Deadly Onslaught and obviously his Scarred Spawning as well, giving him some nice physical resistance. And he's actually routing a few of them. Wow, Kroq-Gar, you go, girl. He's actually managing to terrify a couple of these units, sending them back. Oh, the map is just going dark as well. The clouds are coming over. Kroq-Gar did an epic last stand there that he is going to die. I guess we'll watch to see him go down. I mean, he's terrifying a ton of these Empire units. It's just a shame he doesn't have more to support him. He's actually going to try and fall back, which is hilarious. Yeah, he's trying to fall back. I mean, shout out to him for trying. All it needs to happen, though, is some of these Knights of the Black Rose to turn around. He's got a few Temple Guard, and that's exactly what's happened. And I imagine these guys will take him down. But again, as we saw earlier, they're not actually anti-large. They're just armor-piercing. Yeah, Kroq-Gar's actually going to fall back. As Mazdamundi over here, Mazdamundi is getting run down as well. As the last push does come in from the Empire. Nice Panther running in. Love the look of these Knights Panther. I know I said it like a million times, but I really do. As Mazdamundi just comes flying in, and the Bastillodon comes in as well. Cock blocks my screenshot taking, but I think it was worth it because it just came out of nowhere. That was awesome. Really awesome. We're going to be getting a mass rout here by the Lizardmen forces. Yeah, Kroq-Gar dies. We also have a bunch of the other soldiers dying, and Mazdamundi running, fleeing from battle. Unfortunately, I mean, Kroq-Gar did manage to rout a bunch of these guys down here, so really impressive. That was an awesome battle, almost 35 minutes long as well. It was great. So we're looking at the kills. Volkmar did okay, 78 kills. It's definitely pretty impressive. These Knights of the Golden Lion, though, 260 kills is awesome. And also this mortar doing a nice amount of damage. Boris only got 30 kills, however, he didn't lose any health. So I think that's, you know, probably better. I'd rather get a few kills and not die than get 78 kills and die. So I'd prefer to be Boris in this situation. We do have the Knights Panther dismounted getting 200 kills as well. The artillery doing okay, and the Knights of the Inner Circle, 122 kills. Looking at Lotus's army, Balthazar only getting 15 kills. Wow, what did he do with his magic to only get 15 kills? I mean, Balthazar, it does seem pretty weak. The Knights of the Black Rose are looking beautiful. I love their kind of aesthetic and stuff. And 140 kills is always impressive. On the other side, the Lizardmen forces, we can see that the Saurus Old Blood, 89 kills. And the Temple Guard, 146 is nice. Mazdamundi, 78, sorry. And this Carnosaur, 143. And then finally, the final Lizardmen army, we can see that their Stegodon's 90 kills, and obviously Krotgar 113. So that was an awesome battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like and a comment if you did, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.